Police in Indonesia say 2 convicted militants were part of the group which launched yesterday's attacks in Jakarta, leaving 2 people dead, along with the 5 attackers. 3 people were arrested this morning, and raids were also carried out across the country to round up suspects. Our Asia correspondent Jonathan Miller reports.
This city is bouncing back. On the exact site of yesterday's attack, and just 24 hours on, Jakarta United fans led a rowdy vigil declaring, "We're not afraid," in the face of jihadist terror. They sang the national anthem. New amateur video of the explosions and prolonged gunfight have emerged. In some of the shots, you get a good look at the gunmen. We know the identity of the man in black with the red backpack. Police say his name is Sunakim, aka Afif. There are photographs of him too. Police say he was arrested in 2010 at what they call a terrorist training camp. They say he was further radicalized while in jail. Now Afif's dead. Friday prayers for peace in the National Police HQ compound, Jakarta, where journalists waited to ambush Police Chief Badrodri Haiti.
Aman di Jakarta sekarang kah?
Is it safe now, I asked. Yes, safe enough, he said, whatever that means.
Hari ini memang
We've identified 5 dead attackers, he said. 1 is Afif. He said the mastermind was an Indonesian IS jihadi now fighting in Syria.
Ada lagi orang bersenjata di luar?
tidak ada.
Are there more gunmen out there, I asked? No, there aren't, he said bluntly. Before he was national police chief, Badrodri Haiti was hunting jihadis in the jungles of Poso, on an island called Sulawesi. This is Santoso, the Islamist leader there, who the police chief says is linked to the Jakarta attack. He's Indonesia's most wanted man, target number 1 in a huge security operation. Santoso has pledged allegiance to Islamic State militants and is said to have inspired Indonesian fighters to head off to Syria. But pledging allegiance and adopting Islamic State branding does not guarantee competence when it comes to mass murder.
The lack of sophistication of this Jakarta attack suggests that the perpetrators had minimal training and little, if any, direction. And that may illustrate a wider point, that the form of Sunni Islam practiced here in the most populous Muslim nation on earth contrasts starkly with the Salafist extremism more prevalent in the deserts of the Middle East. Indonesia's jungle jihadis have failed to attract many recruits prepared to kill themselves for the cause.
There are 250 million Indonesians, most Muslim, yet only 2 per million have ended up fighting with IS in Syria. Compare that to the 40 per million from Belgium. The Islamic State dream of establishing a distant caliphate in the Orient is a nightmare that will not be readily realized.